So this is my approximately 6-month review on the HP Omen. This is the 2020 model. I'll tell you now, it's a love-hate relationship. And if I had to recommend this to somebody, I would have to say do not buy it. Now, I still really like this laptop. I want to say love, but there are some things about it that I really wish HP would have tested more, or done some more research and actually thought things through a little bit. Like, for example, this wobbly panel. When this squishes down, the screen has developed marks all over it. This beautiful OLED screen that I just fell in love with has been ruined on a surface level. HP didn't think about when you close the lid and that squishiness to the back of the screen and how it affects the screen when it's pushed against the body of the laptop. So if you look closely, here's some clips. There is a definite pattern all over this screen now, not just from the keys and this lip right here, this kind of sharp-edged lip all across the body above the trackpad, but even the stickers, even the Core i7 and the RTX stickers, those are basically etched into this screen. I have cleaned this screen so many times just trying to buff it out, and nothing seems to help at this point. And I know I made a review about the screen before, and I thought I was buffing it out a little bit, but over time that gets very old, and this is a design flaw. This is not a user flaw, and I say that because I did contact HP support because it does have that 1-year warranty. So I'm actually in the process of trying to figure that out, but they've already mentioned that it's probably a user issue and not a manufacturing issue. But come on, HP, look at this. Look at this thing. I mean, yes, sure, it's not directly on the keys, but it is on those two stickers, the RTX and i7 stickers. It is on that, so that's already something that you cannot help. And then any little bit of pressure, you can see through the gap that the screen is touching the keys, which means if you don't want that to happen. Now again, this is not talking about the RTX or the i7 stickers, this is talking about the keys. If you don't want those marks on your screen, you better not put a single thing on top of this. And you also better not put it in your camera bag, which is where I keep it, because something might push up against this squishy panel or the screen a little bit, and then that's gonna cause it to touch those keys. And over time, I imagine it's probably like the micro dust buildup on top of the keys, stuff that you can't even really see, or even the dust on the screen itself. The moment that gets pancaked between the key and the screen, you have a problem. So that is my #1 concern. This beautiful screen, this beautiful machine, that's the fault that I do not like about it and I hate about it. And that's something that I hate, that I cannot recommend it for. Oh, we got a drone over here. Now, am I gonna get rid of this anytime soon? Probably not, because I still really value its power and its I mean, aside from the screen issue, which is the biggest for me, there's a couple more things I really want to go over. Of course, the battery life. Now, I was so surprised to see that this thing barely got an hour and a half of normal usage out of it. For lucky, you might get a little bit more. And it's really weird because even when you're gaming versus like web surfing and doing work on browser, it's still not a huge difference in battery life. You would think it would be, but it's not. I find myself really taking advantage of the dark mode on Windows, which I already like, which is great, but all these little things that I try to do to keep the screen darker and black, just to conserve battery life, it just doesn't make sense why the battery is so gone. It's so non-existent. It feels like you're always gonna be tethered. Now, that's not the biggest issue to me. In fact, it's not a huge issue at all to me, except for the few times that I do wish I could just take this with me and work on it all day somewhere. Understandably, it is a workhouse. It is a powerhouse. This is a content creating machine or a gaming machine, however you want to look at it. So you do have to give it the benefit of the doubt for those reasons alone. So that's why I'm not too hung up on it, because I did know going into this that if I wanted a powerful computer, it's going to be very demanding on that power. The third thing and the last issue here is the typing. Here comes the drone again. Let's see. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a trash bag that's like unfolded. You know, when you pull out a fresh trash bag and it's just like this long, super long rectangle that you have to unfold and stuff. That's what it looks like to me. It's funny. Okay, back to the program. So the keyboard, when you're typing, along with the first issue I mentioned about the screen, it's worth noting that this is going to take some time to discover, and that's why I'm making this video 6 months after. When you're typing quick, it tends to skip letters. I know that is a buzzkill when you're trying to get work done, or when you're gaming. I do play a lot of League of Legends, and there has been times where it doesn't register. There's nothing like typing and trying to get things done and then having it skip over letters, and that's just annoying. Like, I think we can both agree that the last thing you want to worry about with the laptop especially is a screwed up keyboard that doesn't type properly. So let's recap. There are 3 things here. The screen marking issues is the biggest for me. There's no passing it up. It's led me to contacting the HP support about my warranty, and hopefully they can do something about this. I don't know what they're gonna do, if they can even do anything, but fingers crossed with that. So that's the biggest thing. That's the reason why. That's why I would not recommend this to somebody. That right there. I mean, it's sad to say, but that's it. This beautiful screen and the keyboard, there's just a flaw there. I mean, if they could put like a screen protector there, or some kind of like little stoppers to keep it from clamping down on itself, that would make all the difference. Then I would probably still recommend it to people. Second thing is the battery life. The short battery life, you're looking at about an hour and a half. And for the record, I have to make it clear, this is for the 4K i7 RTX 2070 Max-Q model. This is not for the AMD ones. Those are a lot better in battery life, as I've seen. But this one in particular, it's the worst. It's crazy how night and day it is going from Intel and the 4K screen to, you know, over to like the AMD stuff. Like, it's crazy. So battery life, and then the keystrokes that I just explained, the misses keys, it's the worst. Now, what I do love about it, of course, is its performance. It's reliable, it's fast. It is what you would expect these specs to deliver. I do have 32 gigs of RAM in here, and that's another thing I like about it, is you can upgrade the RAM and put a second NVMe SSD in here, which I have done. So there are a lot of things that I do like about it, and there are a lot of things that I can still say I personally love about it. But that screen is a major buzzkill, guys. I am sorry. It's a great looking laptop. It's fast. The thermals in it are fantastic, second to none. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry if you guys wanted to buy this thing, but I just can't recommend it because of that screen issue. Honestly, that's all it is. Put it in your bag, put it in your laptop sleeve, anywhere. You're gonna really find yourself wanting to avoid putting anything that's even like remotely light. And trust me, like, I understand what it's like to put something in a backpack with other stuff in there. I mean, my camera bag has a holder for this thing, and I know enough to not pack it tight where this is being squished. I mean, it's still a precious device, but when it comes down to the point where something that is just so light, a little touch, and then you give it time, you're looking at a big design flaw from HP. So coming from HP, I just assumed, given their reputation and the quality of their other products, I just assumed that those would never be an issue. I would never assume that for any laptop. So the fact that HP would, in my mind, go backwards and have that flaw, like, it's like, come on. All of a sudden done, I think I paid around $2,000 for this whole thing with the upgraded RAM and SSD in it, and to have your screen do that, it's just not cool. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.